What was your number? Okay, if you can put me in the chat box quick. So Claire's number is 18. I'll rename that for you. Okay. So you can click the page, go to it, and now for instance I'm on Enza's page and we're going to use the comment underneath. And so here I can say a little bit about a comment to Enza or a question. So I'm going to write one to her. I liked your question yesterday, and if you want to find other people, you can add comments to their pages. So it would have been a little easier to put us all on one page, and I can maybe try and do that in a little bit as you're working on something else. But if you want to just find someone, add a comment to their page, that's one way that you can work in a wiki, is actually commenting. But you can also, like I said before, as long as no one else is working on that page, I can go in to Enza's page, and I'll just keep talking while you're adding. And we have students choose colors. So for instance, now I'm going to choose an orange, and then I can add a comment to Enza. I could say something like friend feed, and I'm going to highlight this in yellow. And in my orange note down at the bottom, I'm going to say I'm not quite sure what that is. And so I can highlight it, put my comments in different colors, and that way you can have students working right in the text with doing changes or suggestions rather than the comment box at the bottom, so you can target what it is that students are working for. I do have on the side, you'll see the navigator box on one side. I have a digital storytelling, and I have peer review along with the news wiki. In the peer review, a colleague of mine put together a couple of different documents, one of which is a global review. One is looking particularly at grammar, and she has her students color code according to the grammar area that they're using. If you want them to work with that. The global review, I think, is kind of nice, just going through and looking at the content, not necessarily the grammar specifics. So what did you like about it? What examples, what support do they do for the issue that they're writing about? Of course, depending on what it is that you're having the students actually write on. And then I'll keep talking as long as you're still working on your bio pages. The other thing that is super grand about the wiki, which is like we're doing right now, we can each have our own page that we can write on, or we can work together and write stories together in a collaborative mode. The other thing that teachers that I work with really like about wikis is if they don't have any other way to have a web presence, a wiki is a really super easy way to get in and put something up on the web for students. I've had teachers do their whole syllabi, use this as a course management type system and other things. So really, where are the pages? You see on the right, I don't know if yours is open or closed, but there's a navigator box, and I went into the folder called peer review. Oops, now I went somewhere totally else, but here. So navigator, you should see 3 folders. And Carl says yes, because you didn't code HTML, and this is a really super way to get a web presence. Okay, I think I'll stop doing with the wiki part of this and try and do a couple of demonstrations for you of some other tools that I really like working with. And if we have some time, you can work along with me or come back to it and work a little bit later. Who has been demo 005? You edited the front page rather than creating a page of your own. That works too. But we would really love to have you try creating your own page as well if you would like to do that. In the meantime, yes, Carl, Dreamweaver seems totally silly, but it is really powerful. The revisions, thank you, Carl, for bringing that up. If you're worried about having students working together in groups and worried about who does what, there is this button called Page History. And if I go in there, you can see, now I've been working in this wiki for a long time, and I add and delete and start it over again every time I use it with different users, different workshops. And so here you can see that Demo 005 came in and made a couple of revisions to the front page, and the previous one was me. And so you can see everything that everybody did at what time, and if I compare to see what the differences are between what the current page looks like now and what it was when I left it, it will show you that only formatting differences exist, and I don't think that's quite right. Unless you went in, did you go in and you went in and changed it, whoever 005 was? Yes, it's gone. So that's why it didn't show any differences. Oh, that was you, Carl. Okay. Well, thank you for fixing it back the way it was. All right, let's go on, and I'm going to show you a couple of other fun little tools. This one, I don't know if I dare push it out because it might lose the wiki that you're using, but maybe we can just put the address in the chat box, and you can go there. So I'm at Voki. Here you have a choice of, maybe you want to stop so I don't feel like I'm, just when they're working, I feel like I'm talking a little loudly to talk over you. That's all right. So we'll bring Phil back in a minute. With the Voki, some of you may have already done this, especially if you've worked with me at all. These are really fun. When you get started, you have a choice of all sorts of things you can do. By the way, while I'm waiting for this, oh, Santa's elf, a snowman, that's interesting. There are handouts to all of these things that I'm showing you on my blog page in the Digital Safari blog. So you can get handouts to these if you want them. Most of them I think are so easy that you probably don't even need the handout. But here, oh, that's lovely. I like that one. You have a choice of the dice, which will just randomly pick one, or you can come up here, customize your character, and you'll see there's edgy, anime. This one I think I've used quite a bit. And so you can go in and you can tweak the hair and the color, and you can change the clothing, you can add bling, so you can decorate, and this is where you get lost in way too much of the unnecessary parts of it. But at any rate, green hair is cool. My Summer Institute participants from a couple of years ago will tell you that Marlene was trying to imitate internet, and I came to school for the workshop with actually a green stripe in my hair one day. So I like the green haired avatar. Okay, the important part for language learning here is the give it a voice, and we have three choices. You can do it by text, and it will try and voice what you've written. Sometimes it doesn't always come out the best, but you can change the accent to a number of different languages if you want to try those out. We have tried typing in Chinese characters, and it doesn't work unless you actually choose Chinese. You also have a number of male and female voices that you can choose from. You can use a mic, and let's see if I can check the allow, and we'll record something here. Hello to the LARC seminar. This is Marlene practicing with the Voki. And I can test it. I'm not sure you'll be able to hear this because it's going through my headphones, so that's probably enough to do it that way. But this one I thought is really interesting. Give it a voice with a phone. You can type in your phone number, click call me. It will call you, you record your voice, and it will come out in your Voki. So I'm going to put this back in here just so there's something that you can see a little bit. It needs something. Hello, this is Marlene. And save it. So once it's saved, when I click the play button here, again, if you could hear it, it would say it, but you'll notice. Okay, that wasn't what I recorded. I'm not sure where that came from. Let me go back to text. That was very bizarre. It was a British voice saying, "Do I make you hungry?" And I have no idea where that came from.